Or red light. Or green light. Red light.
Red light.
light.
Why she got such long hair?
I don't know.
Nope, it still has to be moving. You're gonna die right here.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm dead.
You're Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it has to be moving in a rhythm.
It has been a very rough couple of weeks here for me and my nostalgic memories. First, we lose Kevin Conroy, who is, I'm just gonna be honest, he is Batman. He was Batman. The quintessential voice actor for Batman, hands down, bar none. And then not only that, but just less than a week ago, the loss of Jason David Frank. That one hit, like, both of them hit me really hard. And I just think to myself, I mean, damn. We've gone to conventions, you know, we've presented at conventions and everything, and at several conventions, we've encountered people, just awesome people, you know, Sean Astin, John Heater. We also encountered, you know, the likes of Kevin Nash, Ernie Hudson, just amazing people. And the first convention that we went to, I remember our booth was right across from Kevin Conroy. No joke. Micah and Caleb can attest to this. You know, if Caleb ever comes back on here, but Micah can definitely attest to this. As a matter of fact, I will show a picture of some. I'll share the story and then I'll share the picture. We weren't really sure 100% what we were going to do at this convention. We had our green screen and we had our photography idea, and it was going well. It was going very well. But then also we were doing art exhibits for two of the people who illustrated things. The first one was a Doctor Who TARDIS that was, you know, it was the TARDIS exploding was the artwork. And then after that was a Harley Quinn with the banana gun artwork. And then Micah worked on one over the span of 2 days. It was a Batman watercolor, and it was beautiful. And I remember we told people we were going to be doing raffles on every single one of these. And the Batman raffle was so cool. And then not only that, but we did a thing where you know, we did a thing where I'm sorry, it's just, we did a thing where we did the raffle, and this was completely by chance that it happened. At the end of the raffle, like right before we were about to do the drawing for the raffle, for the ticket to see who won, Kevin Conroy got up, walked across the aisle, looked at the artwork, and without any financial compensation or anything, he signed it. Right at the bottom, he signed it. And I remember Micah seeing this happen and flipping out, just like, oh my gosh, I can't. And I was gone during this time too. I was dealing with I was talking to Craig Parker at that time. The actor Craig Parker, who, by the way, completely awesome dude. Talked to him, and Kevin Conroy came over and signed that while I was in the midst of that, and I missed it, but I saw the signature. It was right there. And I'll show the watercolor painting. I'll probably put it like up over here. And Micah, I'll show the winner as well, but dear Lord, man, the fact that he did that with no financial compensation whatsoever, and the fact that he did it because he genuinely enjoyed seeing people enjoy his work as the Batman. I mean, the man took a pay cut just so that he could continue to play Batman. And I think his best work as Batman was in the animated series and by proxy, Mask of the Phantasm, which I think is the most underrated Batman film of all time. I know there are people out there who say, oh, it got a theatrical release. It did, but it did not get the love that it deserved. This is an amazing film. Tremendous from top to bottom. And it has everything great going for it. It has all of the best writers working on it. Not just Paul Dini, but also Pascoe, Burnett. And then also has Shirley Walker putting everything that she had into the score of this film. Just from the opening credits alone. Oh my gosh. That opening salvo with the chorus and the theme. Holy shit. And the fact that we lost Kevin Conroy and everything, I guess we could just see this as a little bit of a tribute to him. I'm really glad that I had a chance to actually meet him and talk to him. Same can't be said for Jason David Frank. I had a chance to meet him at a convention, but unfortunately I could not go to the convention because of something falling through. I forget what it was. God, for the life of me, I will never forgive myself for not going. But anyway, I've talked and gushed enough about this, so hopefully you're still here, and I guess rest in peace, Kevin Conroy. Let's go ahead and get into it. This is Batman Mask of the Phantasm review by the Nostalgia Critic. Here we go.
This episode brought to you by DoorDash, the app that brings you food you're craving right now, right to your door. Also brought to you by Chime, the award-winning app and debit card that can save you money today.
Huh?
We have sandbags?
It is I, the Phantasm of the Studio.
Aw, man, I thought we sprayed for these.
I have come to make the rest of Dark Knight Month a living hell. Soon you will know the meaning of the word pain, for I am going to ruin this review.
No, it's cool. I'm pretty good at doing that on my own.
I'll be lurking in the shadows, stalking your every move. And no matter how hard you try, you will never figure out who I am.
Camera.
Malcolm. Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. Remember it so you don't have to. Well, seeing how we're at the end of Dark Knight Month and there's only one theatrical Batman movie left. Okay, two. Hey, I was in that one. Isn't that enough? It only makes sense to look over what many consider the most faithful Batman movie, Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
So good.
Based on the hit show Batman the Animated Series, Mask of the Phantasm was released almost 30 years ago, but made very little at the box office, and you can see why. The advertising for it was pretty lame. Just look at this trailer. It's fantastic for a movie released in the 50s.
This Christmas, for the first time, America's most exciting and legendary motion picture hero in an all-new, larger-than-life feature film.
Chills, thrills, texts across pictures. Oh, actually, we haven't mastered that yet, but the font is adventurously boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, it told us almost nothing about the movie, so nobody saw it. However, not only did a lot of critics seem to like it even more than the live-action Batmans for adults made at the time.
I enjoyed it more than the current Batman adventure that's in theaters. This film, however, is really smart and beautifully drawn and intricately plotted.
The day is coming when adults are realizing that animation is not limited to an entertainment form for children.
Those two know what they're talking about.
I don't like this Joker's voice.
Most of the time.
Yeah, Siskel and Ebert. God, at least they weren't talking about Protestants. You ever want to know what I'm talking about? Google, or like, if anything, you can find it on YouTube. It's Siskel and Ebert ranting about Protestants. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they hit the nail on the head with certain things, but dear God, I mean, talk about hoisting platitudes and pretending that you're better.
But it's gotten a reputation as being the Batman movie being the closest to what Batman was, as it was based on arguably the most faithful Batman series. I've talked about how great this movie is in the past, but I've never given a detailed review, and I can't think of a better movie to close out Dark Knight Month with. So let's get started with...
Critic, did you know we have a Phantasm? I thought we sprayed for these.
Oh yeah, just ignore her, she'll go away.
Her? How do you know it's a her?
Are we really doing this?
Hello, boys.
Tamara, have you heard of this mysterious Phantasm?
Why, no, I have not. I best go get this devious deviant.
Godspeed, Tamara. We shouldn't trust anybody.
Dude, we're so close to wrapping up Dark Knight Month.
Okay, but I'm gonna get down to the bottom of who this Phantasm really is. Oh, a sandbag? Why would there be a sandbag in a hallway?
Let's take a look at Batman Mask of the Phantasm. This intro is pretty fantastic. A lot of CGI in the early 90s doesn't age that well, but with the Art Deco style of the city, this blends pretty great.
Also, the music. You got
The music, by the great Shirley Walker, keeps the tradition that the soundtrack to a Batman movie is always spectacular. Plus, there's a rumor that the Latin in the choir is really just the names of the music team backwards. But everybody knows if you play the music backwards, it's really just a recipe for muffins. In Latin, by the devil. After that epic opening, the movie wastes no time getting started, as Batman, played by Kevin Conroy, stops a gangster named Chucky Saul, played by Dick Miller, from creating counterfeit money. Ha! You should have shot where I was going to be!
Nope.
Still the best Batman.
Chucky Saul.
Saul is approached, though, by the Phantasm, cleverly voiced by Stacy Keach, who also voices Carl Beaumont. This works on a few levels when you realize who the Phantasm is, and yes, we are going to go into spoilers about who it is because, well, if the friggin' action figure did it, so can we.
Yeah.
I should also point out this is Warner Brothers' first animated PG movie, and it earns it. There's not only a decent body count in this, but some of these deaths are impressively violent. But, you know, Sing 2 has the same rating. What was in Sing 2? I'm sorry, what requires parental guidance in Sing 2?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Rude. Rude. This is a guy who gets squashed by a statue in his own grave. But shit, be careful, parents. Rude! The Phantasm decides to better kill Saul. Nope, couldn't make it work.
Nope.
And gets away from Batman just in time. Well, I can't follow that. I'll just call it a day. Councilman Arthur Reed, played by Hart Bachner, thinks Batman killed Saul and tries to get a nationwide manhunt going for him.
A lot of people, including the police, I might add, think Batman's as unstable as the crooks he brings in.
He's just doing this so more people will call his girlfriend. Later at a party in Wayne Manor, Bruce wines and dines many of his lady friends.
Oh, never say the N-word in front of Bruce.
With no context, that's actually really funny. It's because they don't, like, Doug didn't include what was said before. They said marriage. Like, don't say the M word in front of Bruce. But because M and N sound so similar when they're said fast enough, it's that character saying it.
Haven't you ever thought about marriage?
A jilted lover is pissed off that he vanished out of nowhere as Ree takes this opportunity to open up an old wound.
At least since that one girl, Andrea Beaumont. How'd you let her get loose?
Thanks for the handkerchief, Arthur. You know where you can stick it.
Now that was very rude. At least 5 Sing 2s. This really should have been PG-13. In an almost Citizen Kane-style flashback, Bruce remembers when he first met Andrea, played by Dana Delaney, who apparently did such a good job they brought her back to play Lois Lane.
Know who that was? Bruce Wayne.
Who are you talking to?
My mother.
Let me out! She's a psycho! Help!
Andrea Beaumont.
Bruce Wayne.
I know, the boy billionaire.
But Wayne doesn't have time for love as he's putting his plan into action to stop crime as a vigilante. Give credit too, this is the first Batman movie to focus on him developing his superhero identity, which is an element Christopher Nolan would focus on in the future.
There was only one thing wrong. They weren't afraid of me. I've got to strike fear in them from the start.
Maybe a Christopher Lambert voice from Mortal Kombat.
There's nothing to stop Gotham tearing itself apart.
Andrea shows up insulted that he didn't call her yet. Yeah, that's fair. I should use that number you didn't give me.
It's been 3 days since we met and still no calls. I figured you must be dead or something.
Delaney really is perfect as the cheerful optimist turned vengeful brooder like out of a gothic 40s film or, yes, a dark comic book. It's a role she honestly already perfected in Tombstone, which...
Yeah, that's true. I mean, she was, like... She just has that aura about her, and she's so good at playing that role. I saw something move over there.
Which came out the same year. In fact, some of the lines are eerily similar.
Miss Hovey's self-defense class for girls. Oh, he laughs. Oh, he's laughing again.
He knocks some sleeves onto her dress as we cut back to the present day where the Phantasm kills another gangster. And as cool as Stacy Keach's voice is, I don't think anyone can make the name Buzz sound scary.
Buzz.
I always want to follow it with your girlfriend, Woof.
Yes. Good callback, Critic. Good call. I actually the movie LA Confidential, there was a character named Buzz Meeks, and every time they said his name, I just heard I don't know what it is, but I instantly hear the starting of an electric razor. Buzz. It's just like going for a buzz cut. Buzz.
Not only is the story very much like a 40s film noir, but the imagery is too. In fact, if you want a cool experience, try watching it in black and white. I know a lot of people are doing that with Fury Road, but I'm telling you, this movie looks pretty amazing with that treatment too.
Yeah.
It's the stinking bat!
Again, Batman is mistaken for the killer, and what a coinky-dink. Andrea happens to be back in town around the same time. She also puts together who Batman is pretty fast.
Bruce?
Damn.
Well, that's just far-fetched. He clearly needs to be an orphan and just look at him in the face. That I believe. As well drawn as Batman is, usually blending into the shadows, how did nobody notice him here?
Remember this place?
Sure. You...
He sticks out pretty hard there, especially with the cape whipping in the wind. Damn it.
Talk louder!
No, don't look at me, just talk louder! He has yet another flashback to when they went to the World's Fair. This might be my favorite setting for the film as it shows the young optimistic hopefulness of the future contrasted later with the dark, corrupt present we eventually get.
At last I meet the elusive Bruce Wayne.
Bruce is introduced to her father, a businessman named Carl who has ties to the mob. Again, since we're going to spoilers, I loved showing this movie to friends and asking if they could guess who this gangster was. Nobody ever gets that it's the Joker, but they're thrilled when it's revealed. Part of what makes that so clever is this guy is shown first and the Joker is shown second. So you know he exists, obviously, but you're not thinking this could be him. If the Joker was revealed earlier, I think people might have figured it out too early.
It's how to do a proper reveal.
Bruce tries to stop a robbery, but is thrown off when Andrea acts concerned. He questions further if his future of being Hot Dog Man should be a reality.
I can't put myself on the line as long as there's someone waiting for me to come home.
I'm waiting for you to come home, sir.
You don't matter, Alfred. Aww.
Bruce pleads with the grave of his parents to give him a chance at a real life, as he didn't plan on being happy. The lightning strike every time he asks is about as gothic an answer you can get.
I can give money to the city. They can hire more cops.
No.
Please.
Maybe they sent me.
We did not bat before house, Sprite.
Back in modern day, another aging gangster named Salvatore, played by Adeel Javed, is concerned the Batman will get him next.
Is it true?
We have eyewitnesses.
That's just beautiful. Why? I'm too old for this.
He said the same thing when he was forced to do Good Burger.
Oh, poor Abe Vigoda. Sorry, God, how the hell did he live so long? He looked exactly the same there as he did in The Godfather. Sheesh.
Pull over. It's not very healthy in here.
No. Batman puts together that the gangsters the Phantasm is killing are connected, and Alfred can't help but hope maybe after this is all done, he'll reunite with his old flame.
You think you know everything about me, don't you?
I dive at your bottom. I bloody well ought to.
Don't bring up this morning. Cut to another flashback where Bruce finally decides to put Batman on hold and follow his heart.
Oh, never mind. I'm no good at this.
Cigarette?
I always felt like you never knew what to do with me because I wasn't in the plan.
I'm changing the plan.
How does Batwoman sound?
You know, not bad.
Oh, I shouldn't have proposed in the same spot Jane Eyre got proposed in. After dropping her off, though, the ring is mailed back with a letter saying forget about her.
Left with Dad. Too young. Need time.
I don't smoke. Being the world's greatest detective, he won't follow this up at all. It's the early years. He's a junior greatest detective. And we're given one of the best Batman costume reveals in any movie. How good is it? It doesn't even show the costume. It's just Alfred's reaction with that phenomenal music. And it gives me chills every time.
Yeah.
I guess the one thing I haven't talked about that much yet is the mystery. It's not really that hard to figure out. You know it can't be any of the characters from the show. Reed would be too obvious, and the father is introduced too late for that to be a satisfying reveal. So you know it has to be Andrea. Her arriving in town early was a clever decoy, but everything else points to her. It always seemed just a little too obvious, and that can be distracting.
Is Dark Knight Month ruined for you now?
Okay, seriously, why do we have so many sandbags?
I will make you pay forever.
I don't even think
Just
that
lock
makes
the
sense,
door.
Tamara.
Tamara, what makes you say that?
Tamara, come on. The sandbags were embarrassing enough, but this is spectacularly embarrassing.
No, I'm not her at all. In fact, oh, here she comes. I better run, because she's so strong and she will beat me up.
Yeah, that's right. You better run. It's okay. I got him, Critic. Don't worry.
Tamara, there's not enough stop signs to convey what you have to do.
What are you saying with your words? I definitely... He's back! I shall kill him! Ah!
No more.
Dear God.
No! Woo! I just got away from that.
I heard a fight. Was there a fight?
Malcolm! How come you and the Phantasm are never in the same room together?
Oh my God. I never thought about that. Maybe I'm the Phantasm.
I just know I'm not the Phantasm.
Okay, we're taking a break. Believe it or not, the Phantasm is causing some chaos around here.
We should really get on that.
Yes, I'll be watching myself very closely.
Do an Instagram live video.
Malcolm's pretty sus, huh?
Camera. No. Don't say sus. Don't say that, please.
Oh, yeah, there's your problem there. You got a DoorDash. That's cool. It's good to have a DoorDash. Cause like, you ever wonder what you're gonna eat tonight? Maybe you want a home-cooked favorite, but don't feel like going to the store, or you want something exciting and new, but it'd be great to stay in tonight. DoorDash connects you with everything you want, whenever and however you want it. You can totally get what you want to eat right now, right to your door with DoorDash. It's in your computer. Along with restaurants you love, you can now get groceries and other essential items delivered with DoorDash. Get drinks, snacks, and other household items in under an hour. Craving late night ice cream? Got that in your computer too. That shouldn't be there, but you can get some at the store with DoorDash. Or maybe you forget that one key ingredient for dinner, or maybe you just need to stock up for the week. With DoorDash, get everything in one app. With over 300,000 partners, you can support your neighborhood go-tos or choose from your favorite national restaurants like Popeyes, Chipotle, and Cheesecake Factory. Ordering is easy, and all your items will be left safely outside your door when you choose contactless delivery drop-off. Should be so excited, man. So excited to get DoorDash in there. It's not just in there, it's in your phone. Actually, use your phone. That's primarily where it is active. With an offer that this thing I'm about to tell you about. For a limited time, our viewers can get 25% off and zero delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter the code Nostalgia. That's 25% off and up to $10 value and zero delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter the code Nostalgia. Want to hear it one more time? Of course you do. Don't forget that's code Nostalgia for 25% off your first order with DoorDash. Subject to change, terms apply. Look at that. That's Chime. No one likes waiting on a paycheck, especially when you got bills due. Good thing there's Chime. Right in there, it's in there even more now after I did that. Look at how much Chime is in there. I really shouldn't do that. Now you can get your paycheck up to 2 days early with direct deposit. That's up to 2 more days to save, pay bills, and generally just feel good about your money situation. But Chime is more than just about getting paid early. It's also an award-winning mobile app, checking account, debit card, and optional savings account. I'm not chewing gum. So what are you waiting for? Hopefully not your paycheck. Get started with Chime today. Applying for a free account takes less than 2 minutes. Get started at chime.com/nostalgia. That's chime.com/nostalgia. See what else we got here? Ooh! Fast stuff to say. Banking services and debit card provided by the Bancorp Bank or Stripe Bank. NA members FDIC. Early access to direct deposit funds depends on payer. And there, all fixed. What's a computer? See Doug play Jedi Fallen Order Fridays on Twitch. Hope to see you there.
Can't wait for Jedi Survivor.
Fearing for his life, Salvatore goes to the only character who can make things more complicated.
Yes.
Joker.
Can it be?
He goes to the Joker, played by Mark Hamill, to see if he can get him off the hook.
Business. I got... Ooh, business sounds like fun.
Not only does Joker add a lot of energy and humor in this macabre story, but it's pretty risky when you consider the Joker is the B villain in this. How many Batman movies are there where he's the side character and not the main antagonist? Good Batman movies are there?
Can't be too careful with all those weirdos around.
He's the perfect drop of chaos that raises the tension halfway through the movie. Like Steve Buscemi's character in Con Air if he actually did something.
This is
also,
true.
How did Ponder Joker hands not become a meme?
Your hands are just as dirty.
When Salvatore pushes him too far, the Joker gets his revenge while Batman visits Andrea getting back from a date with Reed. No.
Good night.
I go back and forth between Andrea acting cold to him, as it was technically her who called things off.
Yeah, it was. She was the one who. That's always been a little nitpick of mine. Like her acting upset and just being like, it's like, Bruce, what was like, Andrea, you left a note. You sent me my ring back.
Yes, we discover the reason why later, but she seems pretty harsh over a breakup she caused.
You still following your dad's orders?
The only one in this room controlled by his parents is you.
I guess you could argue she's let down by what he became and that he never led that normal life that he indicated he could lead.
I like the cape. Not sure about the mask, though.
You ever think of something Skullish? Speaking of which, later that night, the Phantasm goes to take out Salvatore, but it looks like the Joker got to him first.
Your angel of death awaits.
Oh, most people I say that to have a sad face. Batman tries to put a stop to all this, but it looks like the police are trying to stop him as well.
Step away from the edge of the roof.
Oh, it'll find its way back home. Yeah, did they confiscate that or what?
Moving in position.
They get the SWAT team from the Blues Brothers, and honestly, this is a pretty suspenseful scene. We get the first drops of blood we've seen in any animated Batman property. Bruce takes his mask off to fool the cops, leaving him exposed. And in animation, you can get the antagonist as close as you want to him, just missing who he is, making this a really heart-pounding moment.
Andrea.
Hurry!
Just move the cloak and scythe out of the way. The day is saved, and Andrea finally tells Bruce the truth of what's going on. Later that night, when she was dropped off, the mob demanded their money, but Carl couldn't get it in time.
As soon as the European banks open, I'll have the whole amount wired to you.
Dang it.
He doesn't have the money, though, and it would take some time to get. Andrea tells him that Bruce proposed to her.
So why don't you just ask him for the money?
They didn't want to get him involved. I don't know. But she...
Duh.
She said the mob still wanted more, and to get revenge, her father became the Phantasm. Or maybe someone related to him who, if their voice was altered, maybe would sound like him? Again, this is why I love Keach voicing both parts. Well, talking about fathers and dead people is pretty hot. Want to make out? Ooh, leave a tie on the door, sir. So after they bat-banged, yeah, again, wearing that PG rating like a badge of honor.
Yeah, pretty heavy. Ain't gonna lie about that.
Bruce makes a discovery looking at an old picture of the mobsters. Again, this reveal is awesome.
Oh, no.
The Penguin!
Shut up,
I
Doug.
love seeing people's reactions to this. It's both a mixture of laughter and, oh shit, everything just got worse.
And to think our tax money goes to pay those jerks.
I always love, too, there's one moment where Hamill loses the Joker voice. It's when he visits Reed and he says the words, "to find out."
What do you want?
To find out who's iced the old gang. To find out, to find out, to find out.
I don't know why, I always thought that was really cool.
It's almost like he's still got a little bit of Jack Napier just down below.
Just as Joker tries to get answers from Reed, Batman does the same after he's injected with laughing toxin. It makes for an intimidating but also pretty funny scene.
Why did the Joker meet with you? He thinks you're involved. Why?
And why are our tongues fire hydrant red? Seriously, they're glowing in the dark! He reveals that he got involved with the mob, and when he couldn't pay them back, he handed over Carl's location because he was his accountant.
You sold him to the mob.
I was broke, desperate. They said all they wanted was their money back.
I offered them all Rolexes, it did nothing. Batman goes to Andrea's apartment to get more answers, but she's not in. Suddenly, the telephone rings. Miss Beaumont!
There's no use jumping out the window this time.
The Joker tries to blow up her place, but Batman stops it, and we finally learn what happened after she and her father fled.
Dad?
Oh, I knew we shouldn't have hit at Falcone Estates. Back in modern day, the Joker gets a little, the scene explains itself.
What do you say, hon? Feeling the old electricity tonight?
I don't know what's more disturbing, the fact that the Joker would bang a robot or the fact that we have no problem believing he would. We're given the big reveal that the Phantasm was in fact the whole time Andrea.
So you figured it out.
I kind of love how the extra padding to disguise her figure just flies off when she loses the mask. That's some dedicated sewing right there. While the animation in this movie is great, it's spectacular in the last third.
Yeah.
The fights, the smoke effects, the expressions, everything about this climax is really impressive. Even the sound design. I know it doesn't get talked about much, but a good chunk of this climax and a lot of the film's action sequences also works because everything sounds as massive as it looks.
Yeah.
Okay. T-Rex, but you get the idea. It sounds just as good.
No, that's out of place.
Batman gets there just in time to stop the Joker from chopping her into pieces. You owe me a bike. They have a good argument about justice and vengeance that, again, is mirrored in future Nolan movies, and she makes a good point about what a thin line it is between what they do.
What will vengeance solve?
If anyone knows the answer to that, Bruce, it's you.
I like, too, he doesn't have a witty comeback. Something like that is saved later when there's a speech from Alfred. I think I always liked a Batman who's smart and doesn't always get duped, yet doesn't have everything figured out either.
Yeah.
Leave, Andy. Now.
Jesus, Miss Hove's self-defense class for girls is next level shit. I actually love how it's never revealed how she performs these tricks, but it's still done within a cloud of smoke. Not just adding to the Phantasm's look, but also showing it's probably just an illusion we haven't figured out yet. We're given a really fun fight with the Joker, almost mirroring a Godzilla-style climax, when Batman knocks his tooth out, somehow making him funnier than he already is. Even when shit gets real, you can't help but laugh at that ridiculous gap in his teeth. Joker says he's gonna blow up the amusement park, but Batman stops him from escaping, meaning they're all gonna get blown sky high. And I'm really glad I can go into spoilers with this one because, man, I was sick of cropping the shot whenever I wanted to talk about the most epic Joker laugh. While we're on the subject, this is the most epic Joker laugh.
Yes.
It really does show how far Andrea has fallen as she basically chooses revenge over saving her true love. Though he gets out pretty much through dumb luck. Bruce and Alfred remark on how far gone she is.
Vengeance blackens the soul, Bruce. I always feared you would become that which you fought against.
Alfred has always been fatherly, but again, this really has a Nolan feel to it. I'm honestly questioning more and more how much he might have been inspired by this.
Yeah, I mean, and plus, the endearing figure that there's multiple takes that people have on Alfred. On one hand, I love Michael Caine's take on Alfred. I love the endearing nature. I love Michael Caine's just having a story for everything because he's so world weary and experienced with everything. But I also enjoyed, strangely enough, one of the only things from the Gotham series that was on Fox. One of the only things I really enjoyed was the portrayal of Alfred in that. Is that Alfred kind of had a little bit of a screw loose to teach Bruce a lot of the stuff that he does. And also, there's multiple portrayals of Batman, multiple portrayals of Alfred. I think that it's good to look at both or try out both or sometimes take a mixture of both. But, anywho, yeah, this portrayal of Alfred is one of my favorites, and I can definitely see the inspiration that Nolan took.
But Andrea fell into that pit years ago, and no one, not even you, could have pulled her back.
Andrea decides, screw it, she's going on vacation. But she can't take a vacation away from herself as she says her most emo line.
Do you want to be alone?
I am.
So alone!
Batman broods alone as well, but at least the city forgives him. Either that or he blackmailed Reed to get him off the hook. And we end again with some of the most chilling music in anything Batman.
Yeah.
And that's said to be the most authentic Batman movie, and honestly, I can't disagree with them. Like I said, if I had one issue, I wish the mystery was a little stronger.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we could have put on a better mystery. Again?
Go Phantasm.
Don't worry, Critic. I'll get him.
Got him! Oh my god, I've had enough of this. Okay, let's see who this Phantasm really is.
Huh?
What?
That's right. It was me the whole time.
That makes no sense!
Yeah, I for sure thought that it was me.
It was all part of my diabolical plan, you see. I went to extreme measures to look like Tamra.
But how?
I spray painted my wrist white and wrote diabetic.
Then what?
I altered my voice to sound like a lower version of your voice.
Okay, how the hell did your height change when you put on the mask?
Well, I have to have some secrets.
This is the stupidest mystery I've ever been a part of.
Exactly. Nobody's expecting
That's
a great
debatable,
mystery
Doug.
because-
That's debatable. There's been several I've seen you be part of that I'm just like,
This is a review show.
Oh, and since we did an okay one, or even any mystery at all, it's pretty impressive.
It's not even an okay one.
You didn't see it coming.
Okay, maybe the mystery in this is a little better than I thought. While Batman would often do detective stories, this is one of the few that offers a mystery you can solve on your own. Even The Batman is him solving a case, but you aren't given the clues to figure it out. In this one, you are. And it's still the only Batman movie to do that. Also, as many critics have pointed out, this is much more of an adult Batman movie than the adult Batman movies that were being made.
Oh.
But it is still meant for older kids as a starting point. And I think older kids would find this a decent mystery. And yeah, as I've learned, writing a mystery can be more difficult than I thought.
yes.
It also might be the shortest Batman movie, with a running time of only 75 minutes, so it doesn't overstay its welcome. If anything, it had a huge...
It's like a 3-part episode series of the animated series. It's like a 3-parter, and there were some 2-part Batman animated series episodes that were bangers.
Advantage because the characters were already set up from the show. But even if they weren't, you could get what they were about very quickly. When I think of something that encompasses the essence of what Batman is over the years, I do think of the animated series, and this movie is lumped in with that. This feels like a film that was underestimated but has really grown a dedicated following over the years as being the truest Batman flick. I can think of no better way to close out Dark Knight month than praising a movie that best represented what The Dark Knight was all about. It pretty much is everything you think of when you think of Batman. I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember
Wait, did you fight me in the hallway earlier?
I think you're just insane,
I'm
Cameron.
not safe here.
Buzz. Oh, God. So, yeah. That was Batman Mask of the Phantasm by the Nostalgia Critic. Holy crap. So, yeah. I'm going to leave a like on that. This is by far one of my favorite Batman properties out there. And there's so many great reveals, so many great epic moments. The music, the art style, the performances from Kevin Conroy, Dana Delaney, Mark Hamill, Stacy Keach. Just I can't really say just there's one great thing that stands out above everything else. Everything is great. Even Doug pointed out the sound design. Everything just sounds so massive during the action scenes and during the finale, and the art direction. You know, it's Art Deco. The Art Deco style with the architecture of the buildings just makes everything so much more epic. And then, of course, you have there's other Batman animated films that I think stand up to this one as well and do just as good a job. I would say Batman Sub-Zero was another really, really well done animated film that actually did a good job of Batman, Robin, Batgirl, Mr. Freeze, and just basically doing a retelling of the Mr. Freeze storyline that I think works so well. And yeah, this I'd love to know what Doug thinks about Sub-Zero, and I wonder if he would ever do a review of Sub-Zero. Maybe he has. Maybe I need to look for that. But yeah, this was a great review. I agree with a lot of Doug's points, basically almost all of Doug's points. And yeah, this was a great film. I recommend anyone out there, check it out. And until next time, everybody, signing off, I'm Nate. I'll see you then. Peace.